here. DOA shrimp. What is going on, Salted fans? Today, Dennis, Dealey Free, all of which are me, are bringing you a video from Staniel Key in the Exumas in the Bahamas. Gonna be doing a lot of different spearfishing, fishing, and overall exploring this week. Staying at this great little villa here at Staniel Key Yacht Club with a 17-foot whaler. So, gonna get out in the water over the next couple days, and I'm excited to take you guys along for this adventure. Alright, Dealey Free here, doing what he does best. So this is the first spot where we jumped in for the day. As you can see here, good visibility, couple of coral heads, only about 11-12 feet deep. So on this first drop, I'm just sort of getting a sense of what's going on. Checking under the rocks here, getting a feel for all my gear. It's the first time I've spearfished, obviously, since before going abroad, so a little uncomfortable, but nothing that I couldn't handle. So on this drop here, I spotted a nice school of some white margate. So I loaded up my pole spear and made my drop. Made it to the bottom, was doing some grunting, some scratching, try to bring the fish in a little bit closer. You can see a nice one presents a shot here, so I wait till it turns broadside and take my shot. Looking back, I probably could have shot a little bit earlier, but I wanted to take my time as it's my first time shooting this pole spear, so that's what I did. Once I got my hands on the fish, I went to brain it. It's always important to braid and bleed your fish right after catching them, just more humane and preserves meat quality as well. Also, if you have the fish flopping in the water for a while, that is what can bring in predators like sharks and such. But I went ahead and brain it, bleed it here, showed my parents the catch, and it's great having them in the boat because I can just swim it over to them and toss it in the cooler. So you'll see here I take the slip tip out. Usually you're supposed to take it off the pole spear, but in this situation I just shove the slip tip back through, save myself a little bit of time. So I swim the fish back over to the boat. My mom's obviously very happy to deal with it. I go to throw it in and miss, but I eventually got that fish in. So this is a different spot, a little shallower, up close to one of the keys. I've been looking under the rocks for a while, probably about 45 minutes looking for lobster, and I ended up spotting this one. He's a little bit outside, so I go to try to grab the antenna, but that fails. So I look under the rock, stick my arm into there, and just go to get my hands on the lobster anyway I sort of can. End up doing that, have a bit of a struggle pulling them out, but you can see I get them out here, and that's a nice Bahamas lobster. Got these two nice Bahamas lobsters. One here, one right here. I'm gonna bring these back onto the island later and have them cook them up for our dinner. Absolute studs. Right now we're here on a Guana beach, Guana Key. We just did some great spearfishing, some lobstering. Just kind of cruised around in the boat. Gonna hang out here for a little bit with the iguanas and such, and then head back to the main island. Why they call it a Guana beach, guys? This iguana kind of looking at me weird, looking at me funny. I don't know what's up, but pretty cool. It's got to be a rare breed or something because this thing is a tank. Oh, it's scared of me. Looking at me funny. Uh-oh. Defensive maneuvering. I mean, guys, this deadass looks like Jurassic Park. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This is crazy. Velociraptors down the ground and shit. It's crazy. So this here, different spot we moved into, a lot shallower water. Not really a lot of fish, to be honest, but I just want to show you guys how insane the visibility is here. I mean, that's minimum 60-foot viz, well underwater. Crystal clear. Absolutely incredible. Right here is this big stingray that I bumped into. No idea what it is. Wouldn't call myself a biologist, but definitely pretty cool. What's going on, Salted fans? Day 2 here in Staniel Key. Gonna head north today to the Exumas Land and Sea Park. Do some great snorkeling up there. Should be able to see a lot of different fish, a lot of different wildlife, which will be great. Then we're gonna head back south and out east a little bit and hit some coral heads for some spearfishing. So excited to take you guys along with me today. These next few clips were taken in the sea aquarium inside the Exumas Land and Sea Park. So you can see here is the amount of life is absolutely incredible. A lot of live coral, which is great to see, and a lot of fish as well. In this clip, you see a nice yellowtail snapper that would have been absolutely lit up. This was not the park. And off in the distance there, another nice mutton that also would have been lit up. Here you can see a tank of a black grouper moving up underneath this ledge. I follow him for a little bit around the corner here and get a much better look. But as much as conservation is great, I would have loved to put my pole spear through this thing's head, as he would have been made great table fare and a great picture on D-Leaf Free. But you can see here, I mean, I get very close to him. Definitely would have been enraged for a shot, but unfortunately not able to do so in this part. What's going on, guys? Pulled up to this little beach here in the Land and Sea Park. Pretty gorgeous. The water's extremely blue. Gonna eat our lunch and then go hit some coral heads and do some diving. Okay, so we made about a 5-mile run out to this patch of reef that I spotted on Navionics. I'd been in the water for a couple minutes at this point and wasn't exactly seeing as much as I'd hoped, but I saw some what I thought to be lobster antenna poking out of this little coral head here, so I go down and check it out. I come around the corner and I clearly see it's a lobster, so I load up the pole spear and I let it fly. Definitely very convenient being able to shoot the lobster down here as opposed to in Florida where you have to snare, net, or grab them. So it makes your life a lot easier. So get my hands on them here. You can see another nice Bahamian lobster. Make a great lunch tomorrow. Okay, in this clip, I got extremely excited as I saw a nice mutton snapper moving in the flat outside the reef. I tried to calm myself down, make my dive here, load up the pole spear. Got to the bottom, started grunting and throwing up sand. You can see him off in the distance there, right to the right, upper right at the tip of my pole spear, but he wanted absolutely nothing to do with me. At this point, I followed him later, but still to no avail, unfortunately. It's a nice wholesome clip here. Nothing's dying. Saw a little turtle touch under this ledge, so decided to go down and take a look at him. Super cute. Definitely pretty scared of me, but you know, that's how it is. I'd be scared of me too. What's going on, guys? This is now the next day. Another spearfishing session here, so took me a little while to find this spot, but I eventually did. I'd been making a few dives, not seeing much, but I saw a mutton on this dive here. So I dropped down, was doing some grunting, trying to, you know, look unassuming, unthreatening. You can see in front of the coral head there. Sort of headed perpendicular to me, so I decided to move up on it a little bit. Had the pole spear loaded, ready to go. I'm looking around just in case anything else moves in, but focusing on this fish here, make my pursuit, but end up not being able to catch up to him. So that was that dive. What is going on, Salted fans? We are at another key out here in the Exumas. Extremely beautiful as well. Just did a little bit of spearfishing out that way, but no success. Saw some mutton, saw a big triggerfish, but didn't want anything to do with me, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go walk around, take a couple casts around here and see what we can find. For those that may concern, fishing a 7.3 St. Croix Legend Tournament inshore spinning, Van Ford 4000 XG with 20-pound Power Pro braid, 15-pound Seeger leader, and a half-ounce DOA shrimp. You're on, boys. A little bit of weight on her. Look at that. Nice. In the clip, I call it a lane snapper, but it's actually a mahogany snapper. Gentlemen, he will potentially eat. Check this out, guys. Nice little lane snapper. DOA shrimp. Let's get him back. On again. Seems like another nice one. Probably the same fish. Let's see. Ah. I actually don't know what that is. Get him calmed down. He's coughing up a lot of different stuff there. Beautiful lane snapper. Can't seem to get my hands on here. There he is, a beautiful lane snapper, guys. Look at this, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Great weather, water's gorgeous. Fish are biting. I mean, what more can you really ask for? So after that fishing session, we headed over to Pig Beach. We hung out with a bunch of pigs and also saw my good friend and fellow Salted member, Colin.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Right here, guys, we got the Colin Elliott pig. This is the Colin Elliott pig right here. Absolute beast. What's up, Colin? What's up, Colin? How are you? Thought you were in Australia. What are you doing here? Colin, relax. Colin, get out of the boat. Julie, give it to him. Good job, Colin. Get it, Colin. What's going on, everyone? Big day today. We're headed out on a spearfishing charter to the tongue of the ocean. So we're gonna head out in the next hour or so here. It is 8:06 in the morning, so about a 20-mile run, and then we're gonna hop in and explore some of the coral heads out there. So should be a very productive day, and I'm looking forward to hopefully shooting some nice snapper, hopefully a big mutton, maybe a coubera if we get lucky, and then some hogfish, and obviously a big black grouper is always welcome as well. So looking forward to the rest of the day today. It should be great. So this is going to be my first drop of the day at this coral head here, about 20 miles off of Staniel Key. So you can see a lot of grunts covering this coral head here. So come around the side of it, gonna peek into the crevice here, see if there's any grouper or anything like that hiding inside. You can see a lionfish there, a couple lobster antenna poking out on the left, and they're lionfish, but nothing substantial and worth shooting at this point. So I headed back up to the surface here. So I stay at the spot for a couple more minutes. I'm just looking around, seeing if I see anything going on. I see a nice yellowjack moving in here, so I load my pole spear up and make my drop and head towards it. Usually not too skittish, so I go in pretty aggressively. Try to get within range here. Take my shot and end up missing, unfortunately. But you know, that's how it goes. It happens. This clip's pretty funny. I see a nice Cero mackerel moving in here, so I take a drop on him. Get a little closer, line up, let go of my pole spear, and the fish swims away with my pole spear. So coming up to the surface here, I was extremely pissed off and kind of annoyed and a little bit worried that I was going to lose my pole spear, so I start swimming as fast as I can, trying to chase this thing down, see where it goes at least so I can try to retrieve the spear. But doing that here, you can see I'm chugging along. The diver carbon or composite fins definitely make a big difference, but I end up seeing my pole spear land on the ocean floor here, so it's a big relief knowing that I still have my pole spear. So in this clip, I've moved over to the grass a little bit. I see a nice cool yellowjack So I swim towards them. You can see him sort of on the right side of the screen there. Great sashimi fish. Great cooked as well, so definitely keen on getting one of these things. So I load up my pole spear and make my drop down on him. I see the school, I pick out the closest one. Let the pole spear fly. Nice center of the body holding shot. Could have gone for a stone shot, but you know, I'm not that guy with the pole spear, unfortunately. Get to the surface here, absolute battle with this thing. Trying to pull it up, trying to pull me back down. One of the bigger, if not the biggest, yellowjack I've shot, so definitely good to get my hands on him eventually. Doing some circles here, but end up grabbing him, lifting him out of the water. You can see beautiful fish there, the nice blue streak along the top. So I go to get my knife out. Like I said, always important to brain and bleed your fish. So I brain him here, put him out of his misery, get him to stop struggling. And then I end up going in and cutting his bloodline just to get the blood out, preserve the meat quality a little bit. The guys in the boat already saw that I had this fish. They made their way over, swum over to him and passed him up. You can see when I pass him up here, there's definitely a little bit of blood coming out of him, but you know, it's the way things go. But good to get the first fish on the boat for the day today. So in this clip here, I see a couple of decent sized mangroves moving along the bottom. So I make a drop down a little school of them. You can see about 4 of them there. Pole spear already loaded. I take my shot, and I have zero idea how that thing dodged it. Honestly impressive out of him, but no mangrove snapper for me, unfortunately. Thing absolutely ninja'd my shot, but oh well. It's another spot now, another coral head, so I'm going to make a drop here. Go down, look under the coral head, see what's going on, see if I see anything. So what I do here, make it to the bottom, flatten out. Good little crevice under here. End up looking in, see a big crab to the left there. No idea what type of crab, but I see a lobster tail poking in here, and I attempt to sort of push him out a little bit and then take a shot, but my slip tip ends up falling out, and he's still not very exposed. And at this point, I'm getting a little low on breath, so instead of loading back up and trying to shoot the antennas there, I end up just heading back to the surface, try to make another drop maybe, but I end up not being able to get this lobster, unfortunately. Just the position of it wasn't exactly right. So on this drop here, we've moved over to another coral head. Going pole spear loaded up. See a little crevice here where I'm thinking there's probably some lobster, so move in to look into there, and sure enough, there's a couple lobster in there. I end up shooting this one on the left here. This actually ends up being a soft shell lobster, which is pretty cool. I try to grab his buddy, but you know, getting a little too aggressive there. But I've never actually shot a soft shell lobster, so I'm thinking maybe I can bring this one back and have him fry it up whole in the kitchen, like a soft shell crab or something like that. That could be pretty cool. But yeah, so it's the second lobster on the day, first soft shell lobster in my career. So awesome. So that same spot, like I had said on that last drop, was able to see a couple lobsters down there. So I'm just doing my breathe up here, headed back down to the bottom, hoping to grab a couple more of those lobsters. So I'm on my way down, always tucking my chin, making sure I'm not too strained, nice and relaxed. So a little bit kicked up here, but I'm able to see another lobster on the left side. So pole spear in and secure another lobster for dinner, which is great. This is a pretty big one. Normal hard shell, but it's just incredible how big the lobsters are out here. I mean, in Florida, it's very rare to find one this big, and to have them just under every coral head here is great to see, and also very convenient for me and my pole spear as well. So this clip here shows sort of how we are prospecting and finding different spots. You can see I got a rope off the back of the boat here. I have my pole spear, and they're sort of just dragging me along with my face in the water so I can see if I see any coral heads, any fish swimming around. It's just pretty effective. Found a couple good coral heads doing this, but extremely exhausting on my forearms, absolutely frying them. This right here is coral head that we found using that dragging method. So I'm moving up on it here, good sized coral head, make my drop. Not really sure what I'm going to see, but I got my pole spear loaded just in case. Reach the bottom here. We're in about 25-30 feet. I see some lobsters over on the left side here, so move over towards them. I'm kind of trying to pick which one's bigger. See the one on the right's a little bigger, and shoot him there. Pull him out. You can see it's a beautiful coral head, lots of life on it. Well, this will be the third lobster on the day, so definitely starting to fill up on our lobster needs, which is great. So we pull up on this spot here, and I jump in and I instantly see a big dog snapper hanging out behind this coral head. So I sort of move into position. The current's starting to move a little bit at this point, but I drop down and I look up, and you can see the snapper there circled. I move up towards him. He kind of starts going off towards the right, so I try and follow him around this coral head a little bit and see if I can get a look at him. Doesn't end up happening. Then Nurse Shark pops out and almost got murked, but couldn't spot the dog snapper on that drop, unfortunately, but gonna make another drop on him in a minute here. So I hang around this spot for a little while, hoping to see the snapper pop back out, and he does here. So I load up, and the current's pulling me towards him. So I kind of make a decision to go for a dive bomb here, which definitely was not the smartest play. You can see on the right side there, I get right above him, and I go for the John Carlos surprise shot and absolutely miss. But I look under the rock to see if I can maybe spot him, but unfortunately, I think he kind of got the idea that I was trying to kill him. So looking back, I should have gotten flat next to him, gone for the broadside shot, but so it happens. In this clip here, I move up to another coral head right by that last one. I make my drop down. I can see there's a little bit of a ledge right here. So I'm going to look under it. And I actually end up seeing like a white margate sort of on its side. It looks like it has a spear hole in it. So I come around the corner and I see that fish. It's right there. I poke it a little bit. Kind of rights itself and end up shooting it. And it turns out this is the same margate I shot earlier at that other spot, which is crazy because like we're a good couple hundred meters from that last spot. So to see the same fish and be able to recover it after injuring it is honestly great. But first white margate on the day. I call the boat over and gonna throw it in here. What's going on, guys? Unfortunately, the GoPro or the Osmo died, but I ended up turning into a Key West waterman. A couple nice fish in here. It's nice. Zero Mac here. It's a nice big white margate as well. And then Mr. Lee. Nice yellow jack as well. So yeah, we're gonna clean these up and then get them to the kitchen. What's going on, everyone? So that wraps up day 3 or 4 on the water here in Staniel Keys. So nice long day of spearfishing. Unfortunately, the camera died halfway through the session, and once I started shooting everything, but gave a little recap afterwards, showed some of the fish as well. But honestly, looking back, I had a great time. It was great to be able to get on the water and head out to the tongue of the ocean and spearfish. However, I was a little surprised. I thought I'd see more mutton snapper, more grouper, more hogfish, which I really didn't see any of those. I mean, I saw Nassau grouper, which are out of season, and then I saw one mutton out in the flat. But other than that, nothing much in terms of those. But it was definitely great to be able to shoot some big yellow jacks, some margate, and to get the lobsters as well. So.
Right now, guys, we are walking up this shoreline here, hoping to get back up into those mangroves and attempting to get some bonefish off this flat. So kind of got a long walk, but we'll see how it goes. I'm on! I'm on! Yes, sir, boys, we are on. Let's go. Monster 3X. Holy boys. I looked at it. Tank. Picture, up and down picture. Oh. Watch out. Look at him. Watch out. He's big.
Just like a shrimp.
Yep, I saw it. Like, yep. I need you to land him. Quick. Oh my God, he's huge. Don't grab the line, just grab him with your hands, delicately. Delicate. Down. Here, I'll do it, both hands, 2 hands. Oh, my wrong, here. Your phone? Look at that. Look at that thing. Stud. I have more, it's fine. Nice. Look at that, guys. Beautiful bonefish. Oh. Catch a shark from the balcony here. Guys, he's about to close it up. Yep, he's looking at it. Yeah, he's got it. We got a shark, boys. Alright, you want to run down and I'll pass you the rod?
I'll pass it to you.
Okay.
Right here. Going.
In your pocket the past 20 minutes. Get out, guys, here we go. Nice shark. If you back up, I'm just gonna pop it up with this hooker. Alright.
So right here, we're checking out Thunderball Grotto, which is right next to Staniel Key. It's like a little underwater cave, which is pretty cool. So you can see we swim in here. There's a cool entrance out the back as well. And overall, really just cool to look at. They also apparently filmed the James Bond movie here.
Don't give up, come and believe up. Don't give up, come and believe up. Go out there and show the people that every man got to try.
So after Thunderball Grotto, we headed back to the yacht club, and I did some snorkeling and free diving just all around the yacht club and the marina as well, to sort of just show you guys how much life there is in this small little area. So I'll let those clips roll here.
Make me live up. Every time you try and you don't see no failure, that business would never reach nowhere. Don't give up. I tell you, don't give up. You got to live up, my brothers. You got to live up, my sisters. Don't give up. Don't
half a little dive there underneath the dock. That wraps up our Staniel Key trip. Big shout out to my parents for making this all possible. And it's been great to bring you guys along with me. Hope everyone enjoys the content. Shaka!